live. We're going to walk you through the progress we're making. It is Tuesday, I think, here in Atlanta, Georgia, where we are building these beautiful modern classics in these gorgeous colors. I'm going to walk you through what we have in stock, what we have in progress, and then show you how we build the world's first truly fully modernized classic. And what that means is that unlike a restoration or a resto mod, it is fully modernized. It is built on a modern 2025 chassis, which means that the platform underneath it all is what you'd get in a 2025 vehicle. And the result of that is not only just an absolutely beautiful piece of art that you could drive every day with modern car reliability. It drives like a 2025. It has all of the technology you'd find in a 2025 car. And the best part is that unlike any classic car in the world, it has modern safety features. So I will show you behind the scenes and then walk you through what we have in the build queue. All right, so this right here is your modern car chassis. 2025 technology, reliability, and drives not like an old car. Old cars, if you've driven them before, they drive like a 50, 60-year-old vehicle. And if you are a modern car person, you're probably not gonna like that. And so instead, this modern 2025 chassis gives you a longer wheelbase, 100.4 inches. It gives you a wider track width, meaning that the distance between the front, the passenger side, driver side tires, they're not really close together. They're farther out, better center of gravity. It's going to track straight, independent front suspension, modern steering. The number one difference is going to be in the safety features, which are crumple zones built in the frame, side impact beams built into the doors, 6 airbags to give you all of the protection that you have in your normal car. And the airbags are located in the steering wheel, front passenger dash, one in each of the front seats, and then curtain airbags that give you that side passenger protection and rear passenger protection. So if you have kids or you have passengers in the vehicle, you can drive with confidence, and a functional roll bar that's tied to the chassis, and it's not just decorative. And all of this is what your entire investment is riding on. And it's a $250,000 base price. We understand that is not a small amount of money. Therefore, we want you to have zero compromises. So then we take a modern car chassis, all the new technology, modern 2025 drivetrain as well, reliable and under warranty. And then we give you this absolutely stunning, classic-inspired steel body, no rust, and it is an absolute work of art. And I've got to give a shout out to our team of engineers and artists, because that's what it takes to do this. This is a blend of art and science. We used to do just art. We used to do restorations, and we built them for all kinds of clients. Mark Wahlberg, Jennifer Lopez, LeBron James, and all kinds of people, including people that had families and kids. And they told us they want to drive the car. They don't want to just sit on it in their garage. They're not collectors, and they want to be able to put their families in it. Some people wanted to daily drive them. And so they were beautiful vehicles that we built, but we knew that our customers wanted more. And so this right here is an amazing solution to that, where you can truly get all the classic car design cues inspired by the 60s, but you have that modern car reliability. So this is a 2025 drivetrain. This one has the upgraded Roush performance package. We partner with Roush out of Detroit to do intake, exhaust, and tune. We partner with Fox Factory, best-in-class company for suspension, to do the upgraded Fox coilover suspension. Rides really nice. And because you're on a longer wheelbase, 100.4 inches, because you have a wider track width and you have independent front suspension, when you compare the way this drives, the way it handles, and just the reliability, it is a 10 times difference than a restoration or a resto mod. Not because I say so, but because the technology back in the 1960s and 70s, it cannot compare to the advancements we've made in design and engineering and technology in 2025. It really is the best of both worlds. And by the way, if there was a better way to do it, we'd be doing it. My name is Cho Win. I'm the founder and CEO of this company, and I've had over 50 cars since I was 21. Grew up with no money, but I was really in love with cars since I was a kid, and I figured out a way to put myself in a position where I could buy all the cars I ever wanted. So serial entrepreneur, started off with nothing, sold to a public company, and along the way, bought a bunch of cars. Ferrari, Lamborghini, Aston Martin, McLaren, AMG, Bentley, pretty much everything you can think of. And then one day, I bought an old Bronco. And when I got that old Bronco, it looked really good from about this distance. But I can tell you, honestly, transparently, every single thing about that car, other than the way it looked, was very bad. And so, for example, 1974 Bronco, that's what it was, grabber blue. I was in love with it since high school. So I buy this thing, and then I find out the steering is scary. It's loose. Well, can't drive it fast, can't drive it far. Brakes barely work, have to push really, really hard to make it stop. And there's no anti-lock brakes or traction control, which means if you slam on the brakes where it's wet, you could slide, you could spin. Not something you want to have happen, especially not with your wife and kids in the car. And speaking of wife and kids, they didn't want to ride with me. Well, the kids wanted to ride with me, but my wife wouldn't let me. And the reason why is because I had spoiled her with Range Rovers and G-Wagons and Bentleys. And so when it came to this cool looking classic car, it was cool looking, but she didn't feel safe in it. It smelled bad because it leaked everywhere, oil, and smelled like gas. And when we had that car at the time, our kids were young. And she didn't want me driving around in a car when we could have any car we wanted, in an old car with no safety features that was going to break down and smelled bad. So she said, Cho, it's me or the Bronco. Well, maybe not exactly like that, but I did decide to keep both. And I said, there's got to be a better way. In all seriousness, what I said was, how can we make this better? Because all I like about the car is the way it looks. I don't want it to break down. I don't want it to drive bad. I don't want it to smell bad or leak. And I wanted my wife to like the car. And by the way, I also have spoiled myself with modern day luxuries. And by the way, let's face it, in 2025, all of us are used to modern technology, modern reliability, and a little bit of luxury doesn't hurt, right? And so I say to myself, how do we make it better? And so teamed up with a mechanic, and we started doing restoration. And restoration looked nice, but didn't drive well and had a lot of constraints. And it didn't have modern car reliability either. And so we moved to Restomod. And by the way, in this building here in Atlanta, Georgia, this is where we launched our factory, built an assembly line, built a team, and started building a modern restoration because our goal was to make it better. And to make it better, we figured, hey, new drivetrain, new chassis, new suspension, new everything, but base it off of a 1960s truck, starting with an old donor. And then what we found was it was definitely better than a 50-year-old car, but it still wasn't like a 2025. And so we took customer feedback. They told us what they liked, fit and finish, craftsmanship, the brand, the people, the service, and they told us what they didn't like. And they're used to good, right? Range Rover, G-Wagon, Rolls-Royce, Bentley. And the customers, they had a right to give the feedback because when you charge someone $250,000, you want them to be really, really happy. And so the feedback was, can you make it handle better? Can you give me modern safety features? Can you give me more modern luxury like Apple CarPlay and Android Auto? And can you give me cruise control and hands-free calling? Can you give me a top that I can drive every day and have no wind or water leaks? Can you give me anti-lock brakes, traction control, and then additional things that I'm used to like pre-collision assist or rear parking sensors? So these were all things that when we really, really thought about it, we really took that feedback, we thought, okay, well, they don't want restoration. Restomod's better. But it sounds like what you really want is a modern car, a 2025, but make it look vintage. Because these customers were not collectors. They were not hobbyists and enthusiasts or mechanics. They were people, just like you and I, who loved classic car design, but they weren't the numbers matching all original type people. They wanted a car they could actually drive. And so instead of trying to make an old car more modern, we took a modern chassis and built a vintage car on top of it. And no one had ever done it at this level and scale before. So let me walk you through how we do that, because that's a pretty big endeavor, you might say. And it was, by the way. Okay, so I will take you over here and show you some behind the scenes. So you start with a modern 2025 chassis. This right here. You keep only the things you need, like the frame, the drivetrain, the safety features, the technology. Upgrade or replace everything else. And then you take a classic inspired body, bigger, wider, longer, put it on a modern 2025 chassis, go through 900 hours of surgery and art. And what starts it all off is this 100% brand new American-made steel body. And this steel body, we went to the lengths of going to Detroit, engineering and stamping our own brand new bodies. Because we knew that to really do this right, you don't want any rust in it. You want all the lines and gaps to be perfect. And you want something that is going to fit on a modern car chassis, which didn't exist. So we went off and stamped it. Big investment and a big move. No one in the industry had ever done it before. Most of the panels you see today on all those restorations are made in China, made in Taiwan. These are made in Detroit, in the United States of America. And then, because we own the tools and the molds, we control our own supply chain. So what that means for us is that we can build on time, we can build quality, and if you ever need replacement parts down the road for our customers, we make them. So we've got them. All right, so now you have to piece it all together, and every single part on here, this is just our pre-fit area where we test fit all of our panels. You can see these gap gauges. Check that out. Down to the millimeter. Down to the millimeter, up here, in the middle, at the bottom, every line, every gap, perfectly flush. For $250,000, it should be perfect. And that was one of the big things we saw with old cars. Classic cars from the 60s, 70s were notorious for very bad lines and gaps. So, okay, fine, you're a perfectionist. Well, it's more than that. It's not just how it looks. When you have lines and gaps that are not perfect, you will have wind noise, you will have water leaks. How do I know? I've had multiple old cars. Land Rover Defender, FJ40 Land Cruiser, old Broncos, H1 Hummer. I've had a lot of cars, like I said. I'm a car fanatic. And because I knew what good looked like, and because I was the customer we're selling to today, honestly, I felt unsatisfied. And I knew there had to be a better way. So when we engineered this, we said, we want this thing to be perfect. We don't care what it costs. We don't care how long it takes. We want it to be perfect. And therefore, all the body panels, brand new, no rust, all the body panels completely, perfectly lined up and measured down the millimeter. And then it goes through a transformation of 900 labor hours to go from this to what you see over there. And I'll show you what that looks like. So let's take a look. All right, so when it comes to our process, everything we do is done on an assembly line. And the assembly line isn't just like a physical space where you do it. It's the process that allows us to build quality. And the team went home for the day because it's in the evening, but on every single station and in every single step of the entire process, we break down everything into work instructions with standard operating procedures, torque spec for every nut and bolt, and we essentially define what perfect looks like. And in terms of the actual result of that, your people know what good looks like. So as they do the assembly, they're not guessing. It's not done by feel or by memory, and that's what a lot of shops do. This is more of a lab where we have blended science and art. We have artists and craftsmen and women that work for us, but they have specs that they're held to. They have tools to measure it, and then there's an inspection process at every single station that allows us to confirm that every step in the process was done correctly. And we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of steps, and there are inspections layered all the way throughout. If you've ever built anything or you're in manufacturing or you know someone in manufacturing, they'll know exactly what you're talking about. You cannot inspect for quality at the end. You've got to build it into the process, into the product. And so all these tiny little marks here that probably no average person or even above average person would see, this is a level of meticulousness that we go through because we want it to be perfect mechanically and cosmetically. And again, we don't take the price point lightly. get a lot of comments about, oh, it costs a lot. Yeah, 900 labor hours and 6 figures in parts. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's worth it. Because if you really want the very best, there should be zero compromises. And starting with a modern 2025 chassis is far more expensive than an old, rusty thing that you find somewhere and you try to rehab it to make it more modern. And so in this station, once we complete the assembly, it gets inspected. If it's a 99%, it's a fail. If it's 100% in every step, it moves forward to the next one. So here's Brittany Blue. Brittany Blue, Wimbledon white roll bars. Check out the interior on this. Snow white. How do you keep a brand new super white interior clean? Well, you can see the amount of care and meticulousness. It's not an old car, right? So it can't have like any imperfections. The clients expect perfect. We give them perfect. And every little stitch down to the detail. All of this is leather wrapped, and it's just an incredible piece of art, and we are really, really meticulous about all the details. So Brittany Blue in this station is about to get roadworthy. So tomorrow we'll do another live, and you'll see electrical goes in, fluids go in, gets fired up the first time, gets a tune, and we get it roadworthy. And then we bring it to our alignment rack over here. I'll cut through a sub-assembly so you can see. Again, our team members went home for the day, but if you join us on the other live, you'll get to meet them and see just how much effort and time goes into each one of these. So here is Wimbledon white about to hit the road. This is our alignment rack, all done in-house. We make sure that our people are safe. We make sure that our vehicles are safe. So all this right here is all the prep that we do because it's going to go on the road, and it goes through many heat cycles. And there's a very regimented road test that we do that gets it up to speed, slam on the brakes, go slow, listen for squeaks, leaks, rattles, and a water test as well. Because a lot of our customers, they don't just live in like the perfect climate areas. They live in areas where it might snow or it might rain. It might be like Seattle or Miami, right? Where it's just gonna pour down rain. And the expectation is that you could drive it every day. You could drive it every day for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's got a fully waterproof soft top that we manufactured and engineered. And we knew that the old car soft tops were terrible. We used to use them. We used to buy them off the shelf. And so we made our own. And by the way, what you find too, when you are after perfection, a lot of the parts off the shelf won't meet the standards. You end up having to make a lot of parts. For example, we made these wheels. Forged aluminum 17-inch wheels. Very expensive, but super high quality. The body, can't just buy that. The top, can't just buy that. So a lot of these things are custom-made parts that we had manufactured because A, you couldn't buy it, or B, the ones that were out there weren't good enough quality to put on a $250,000 car. And so the other reason why you can drive it in the rain is because it has modern safety features. Again, traction control and anti-lock brakes and snow mode, rain mode, all those things are things that we take for granted because our modern cars have them. But old cars, they don't have them. Check this out, Caribbean turquoise. So this is so cool. It's a 1960s paint color. Look at that. Wimbledon white for the grille, vintage stripes, chrome trim. Very, very classic, right? But underneath it all is your modern technology, your modern engineering, your modern driving characteristics, all brand new parts. And you've got 6 airbags, technology. You can put your kids in the car. There's a latch system if you have kids and you need a car seat, booster seat, tether system. That's all built in and tied to the actual chassis. And you get all kinds of luxury too, which I'll walk you through one of the finished cars. So this is Caribbean turquoise. This is macadamia metallic. So when I mentioned that we have inventory, this is a build that's going to be done in the next few days. What is today? Tuesday? So this will be ready to ship. And so if you want something that is truly the best of both worlds, you love this brown with Wimbledon white. It's got all the Wimbledon white accents as well. Inside, you've got worn glove leather. This one here is one of the ones that are in progress, ready to ship. We have a Wimbledon white that is ready to ship immediately, and we have a midnight blue as well. So this right here, I think is like an ice cream sandwich. It's got this kind of a vanilla and chocolate thing going. Really, really nice. We'll show you more of it as it gets through test miles. I'm pretty sure it's about to go through test miles, and then it'll go through the inspection tunnel too. So let me take you over to the ones that we have that are in stock now and ready to ship. And by the way, at any time, you can reach out to us and either text or call. The phone number should be on the screen. Reach out to us and we will answer all your questions. This is our team reviewing the data for the day, and these guys are so maniacal. Like, if you really zoomed in on what they're doing, they're looking at how we performed, in what station, what the quality scores were, who did what our time was, all of it measured down into tack time, down to minutes. And the reason why that's important is because I believe that as a high-paying customer at this price point, you should have two expectations. Number one, it's got to be perfect, cosmetically and mechanically. One without the other is no good. Two, it should be on time, because a lot of these are significant time-sensitive events, like a birthday or an anniversary or a retirement present or a graduation present or somebody's 16th birthday. Yeah, we've done a bunch of those. And so again, if you make it perfect but it's late, then it's no good. If you make it on time but it's not perfect, it's no good. And so everything we do comes down to people, process, and parts, with the goal of making it perfect and delivering it on time. And that is the rigorous, relentless process we've gone through to get it to this point. So I'm going to take you over here to our studio, where we have builds that are done. Almost all of these are sold and are custom builds for clients. This is chalk gray. This right here is diamond blue. Right behind it is Wimbledon white. Fresh build, in stock, ready for immediate delivery. So if you're watching this and you really have always wanted one of these, but you didn't want to deal with the problems, and you didn't know how it was going to drive, and you're worried about, your wife driving it, or, can you take it to your beach house or to your lake house, or take it on the freeway? You don't have to worry about that. We went through all of this time and pain and suffering, there wasn't really a better word for it, to create the world's first fully modernized. And you're going to hear that, restaurants and restorations are modernized, but if they don't have airbags, they don't have safety features, they're not fully FMVSS certified, which this is, and it doesn't pass emissions, it's not really modernized. It's more modernized than an old car, but it's not fully modernized. This is a fully modernized vehicle. It's a 2025. 50 states, emissions legal, and fully FMVSS compliant, guaranteed. And so this one right here, Wimbledon white, you've got the Roush Performance Package. It's about 330 horsepower, LED headlights. You have all chrome trim. I'm going to take you inside here. This right here, this is a billet aluminum door handle. If you could touch this, you would feel and understand how high quality the components are. Lamborghini Urus, Range Rover, G-Wagon, plastic door handles. This right here is a piece of art that we CNC'd and out of a block of aluminum, and then sent it to Detroit to be chromed. It's a sculpture. That's what you use to open your door. Other things here: chrome, stainless steel, chrome, billet aluminum emblems, body, all steel, forged aluminum, 17-inch wheels. If you're big into wheels and cars, HRE wheels, forged aluminum. They cost like 10 grand a set. Very expensive, very lightweight. This has the upgraded Fox coilover suspension. These are your LED headlights. Also, you can hear that sound. Real American-made steel, chrome, pre-collision assist with the emergency braking, and you're not going to have to worry about it. The peace of mind is worth the price tag. And I'm going to also tell you about post-delivery and how we handle service and how we handle warranty, because it is really, really special. But before we do that, I want to introduce you to Rachel, who's on our sales team. Hey, Rachel.
Oh my gosh, hey.
How you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Good. I was just telling everybody about the amazing team behind all of this magic.
Yeah.
And including our sales team as well. I think our engineers and artists and craftsmen and women get a lot of credit, but this is Rachel, who works around the clock, night and day, to answer calls and text messages. Yeah. And so we put the number on the screen, and we've got some in inventory. Just wanted to be able to say hi. Yeah, you want to walk us through it?
Actually, my favorite color. So I know there's a lot of really fun colors when it comes to a vintage Bronco, but for modern vintage, I would definitely pick Wimbledon white. And this one just became available. And has our worn glove interior.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Which pairs so well with this color. It just looks so classy and timeless.
So we got the power steps.
Which I would definitely have.
How tall are you?
For reference, yeah, I'm about 5'5".
Okay.
But I don't think we've ever shipped a vehicle without the steps. I mean, I think it's a nice added touch. Let me see.
All right. So here she is. So I'm going to ask you something. I know we didn't plan this, but you're a mom.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Okay. And how important are the safety features to a mom with a young child?
I think that's the most important thing, right? You wouldn't want to endanger your child. Your child's the most important thing in your life. And so when we're talking to a lot of our clients and customers, when we used to sell what we used to sell, the restorations and resto mods, you know, you wouldn't want to put your child in those. They don't have safety features. They drive terribly. Your hair is going to reek of gas. If you're a mom, you don't want that to happen. And overall reliability, you don't want to get stranded. And so with this, you get the best of both worlds. I mean, you get the vintage look that everyone loves, right? But you're going to have the full safety features. So 6 airbags, most important, right? No one else in the world is doing that. 6 airbags, traction control, anti-lock brakes, crumple zone, side impact beams, which is huge. You want to make sure that you and your family are safe, and you just can never, you can't plan. You never know if you're going to get in an accident or something.
Yeah. So how about the technology?
Well, what on earth would someone do without their, I mean, I don't know what I would do without my camera to be able to see behind me. Like, actually, who looks behind them anymore? I need my rear view camera. So I need that Apple CarPlay. When you have a vehicle like this that's as fun as this, that you can have the top open, the top down. A lot of our clients have these in fun locations like Florida or up in their Nantucket home or on the West Coast. You want to be able to put the top down, crank up the tunes, and this sound system is insane. It's so good, you guys. So
Amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely important. What else for technology? Yeah, the backup camera is a huge one for me, but also just think about things that you don't get when you have an old car. Like, you're not going to have first of all, your air conditioning is hardly ever going to work, which for a lot of our clients, you want it to use this vehicle in a warm location, right? So you want things like working air conditioning, or in the winter, you can drive this because it's got 4x4 shift on the fly. You can have heated seats with us, which is nice. You wouldn't find that in a restoration or a resto mod. I'm trying to think of some of the other tech. Kind of put me on the spot here. Now I'm rambling.
No, you're good. You're good. I love it. I'm going to shut the door here. And tell us about the soft top.
Okay, so the soft top, it's an all-season, high-quality soft top. Now, with this soft top, a lot of people from a distance are like, wait, is it a hard top? Is it a soft top? We're so different than like a restoration or a resto mod out there. Like, if you see a classic 66 Bronco, you probably see that rag top kind of flailing in the wind. That is not us. So you'll know instantly when you see ours, it's a very high quality, and you can put it into different sport modes very easily. And I think that's important, right? You don't want to take 10 years to be able to do something, or you're not going to put it in a fun mode. So this is one of the most common modes that our clients will put it into. I like to call it like our moon roof. And this way you can literally do it with like a pinky and push it up and push it back. All you have to do is do one quick unhook here and on the passenger side as well. And it just goes so easy. Like, look at how easy. You can do it right at a stoplight, super quick. And then for some reason it ends up starting to rain, you just grab it and pull it back over. And then you just do those quick little latches. There we go.
And the inside too.
Yep. But nobody wants to have it enclosed. Unless it's super hot. Like, I was just talking to a couple of our clients in Florida today. It's actually perfect time in Florida to get one of these vehicles because it's starting to cool down after, of course, hurricane season. But, I mean, during the summer, you're going to want it enclosed and working air conditioning, or you're just going to, pass out from heat exhaustion.
Nice. Yeah, I exclusively drive mine like this. And then I also like to take the windows out too, which is just a nice touch as well.
The safari mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is my favorite color. My second favorite color is the one that is also up for grabs, the midnight blue.
So
the midnight blue has quickly become one of the most popular colors that we have. It's actually over here. Wait, is it this one?
it's this one.
This one. I mean, they look similar.
This one's going to Hawaii.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, that's going to Lane.
Yes,
In Hawaii.
Lane,
so
if you're
excited.
watching, congratulations.
Lane, we're so excited for you to get it. So this one is beautiful because this one is a little bit different. We have some that you'll see. We actually have one on our inventory page that has the vintage striping along the sides. But this one is just the solid blue. It's such a pretty color, and I know we're indoors and this lighting is not good for me, but it looks good on the car.
Yeah.
But like this color is so beautiful, and with the chrome trim really gives it the classic look, right? Now if you wanted to do like more modernized, they would do more of like a black trim, blacked out wheels, which is an option too. So you can do that, but this color is beautiful. It's gone viral on social media so much for us. Looks like our worn glove interior again, and it's one of our most popular. I'd say our most popular definitely the worn glove or our ball glove, which a lot of people love that one as well. And this one, so you can see the different tops. That the last one we was kind of in like our moonroof. This one is more in that safari mode where you take out the windows and you're gonna get a ton of air. And also for our clients, one of my favorite things is when they send us pictures of their kiddos in the back seats, especially in this mode, or we just had a client send us a picture of their big doodles hanging out the door and they were having so much fun. But the great thing about if you're wanting to put kids in the back seats, we're the only ones with a classic looking vehicle that have the latches, which I know there's a lot of people, they hate the hassle of the car seats, but it's so worth it to get your littles in here. They'll absolutely love it, and we love seeing the pictures of the kids in the cars. They love it. This is the vehicle they always ask to take out. So.
Tell us about the customers that have just crazy car collections, like from Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Lamborghini, Ferrari, but they get a modern classic from us. What do they tell us?
I know, it's actually it's so fun for us to hear that, and what they say about our vehicle, because we're talking to people that have multi-million-dollar vehicles, right? And their collections are insane. I think one of our clients had at least over $30 million. One of them that I just specifically remember, and when she got it, this is the favorite of the collection. This is the one that it's her go-to. Another one is, I don't know if everybody on here knows Supercar Ron. If you don't, I'm sure you do, but Supercar Ron, oh my gosh, he's insane. Go check him out on Instagram. His vehicles are insane, but he actually got this color, a midnight blue, and he did a little bit of something different. So he did a 3.5-inch lift, and then he did our bigger tires, which is an option now, but it looked really good on his build. And he said that this car is the one that gets him the most thumbs up, and it's the one that people are like, what is that? He gets the most questions on it. So, I mean, that says a lot, because that guy has crazy cars.
Yeah, just to give you an idea, he has an F40, he has a Carrera GT, he has an Aston Martin Valkyrie that he bedazzled.
Crystal one.
Yeah, yep.
That was insane.
Yeah.
We love it. We should do a Bronco like that. I just don't know who's going to drive it, or I'm sure we'll find someone that would want to buy it, because
There
that's
you
the
go.
fun thing too, is with our clients, like whenever we've done something really out of the box or something super fun, or our one of one, like that one that we just did, the gold with the Burberry interior that we just shipped out. I think that one went to Salt Lake. She was so excited about it. It's something so unique, and it has that one of one badging, meaning we'll never duplicate it again, which is, you know, something that can also be fun to add to a collection. That's the fun thing about these cars, is not everywhere you drive around the corner you're going to see a neighbor with these. They're so unique, and I think that's what really separates us from a lot of the mass-produced vehicles. Everyone has a G-Wagon or Range Rover, but to have one of these, this is truly something special.
Nice. So what do we have? We have Wimbledon white in stock. We have midnight blue, and then we've got a few that are coming up the pipe that are in progress.
We have a couple of really good classic colors. So actually, this one. So like the Brittany blue is one of the most classic Ford colors. I believe it's almost exactly this spec. I'll have to check to make sure to see if it's a tan top, but the Brittany blue is one of the most classic Ford colors. And then with the vintage striping here, some people will do the solid colors, but if you're going for more of the vintage flair, there's nothing that makes a bigger difference than adding these vintage stripes on. Now we've also seen a couple of builds that have looked so good where they actually eliminate the red and they just do the white stripe. And that's the fun part about working with us is once you secure a build slot, you actually work with a design concierge and they're gonna sit down with you, they're gonna talk you through all the different colors and options, because we have a lot of clients that come to us and they're like, hey, I'm a Texas fan, I know specifically what I want something orange. We also have clients that are like, point me in the right direction. I lean towards these colors, and we can show you different colors and options to make sure you get exactly what you like. But this is a classic Ford color and it's absolutely beautiful. This is one that we have coming up, I believe it's mid-November. We haven't listed it on our inventory page, so keep an eye out for it. We'll try to refresh that, but our inventory fluctuates so quickly because you guys keep taking them right away as soon as we get them. But yeah, this is a good one. And then I don't think we have one in the factory right now, but another one that's upcoming, that's in progress, is a boxwood green. That is one of the most classic Ford colors as well. If you're looking for like the blues, the greens, that's where you're gonna see a lot more classic. Now chalk gray is, for me, I feel like more of the people that want to stick towards their modern colors. I don't have my gloves on.
That's all right, I'll take it.
So with this one, with a white interior, I get nervous to even be near because there's no way with me having a daughter who's 9 years old and also 2 big golden retrievers that I would get white interior, but this is absolutely beautiful if you can take care of your vehicle. And it pairs so well with the chalk gray, it just really pops. I'm trying to think, there's also some ways you can offset some of the white with some of like the woven tuxedo, and we see a lot of people do that. I think, if that's Lane's, then his has the woven tuxedo, but
yeah, let's take a quick look here.
The woven tuxedo is another option. And you can actually see all of the different interior options. If you go online to our configurator, you can actually see all the different options because we've added some new ones recently. So if you haven't been to our configurator recently, go check it out. You'll see we've added some new ones, which are really fun. The other fun part that you can do is do something completely custom, which is probably our design concierge favorite, right? And for us as a facility, like we see a lot of these like common ones where they do the Brittany blues or the greens, or maybe they do something completely different like this one. And I absolutely love the Love Shack founder, Beck. If you guys don't follow her on Instagram, you should go check her out. She has a whole highlight reel of her with this vehicle because she was so obsessed with it. And this is a little bit lighter than our actual Love Shack pink, so we did like a custom one-of-one color for her. And then you'll see the soft top, which is actually kind of put into the safari mode, but this is such a beautiful, beautiful color. So you'll see, if you know the Love Shack Fancy brand, you'll know that they are the ones that have so many cute clothes with florals and flowy, and she looked like I don't even know how to, just a little fairy in this vehicle.
Yeah, she did.
So cute.
Yeah.
We loved seeing her pictures.
They loved it. Can you imagine driving this around? What would that be like?
Well, and she has teenage girls too, so I can just imagine all of those girls and their friends were like, Mom, we need to. I think the weekend that she got it, she took it on a road trip to a camp to go visit her girls and showed the girls, and then she's done it at a lot of different Love Shack Fancy openings, which is really cool. So a lot of the fans of the Love Shack Fancy brand also became Love Shack Fancy Bronco fans. So that was really cool.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So this is a great example of a one-of-one edition. I mean, anything is possible. This is printed leather, and I've never even seen this done before. This is a printed soft top, and again, fully waterproof. But look at that. Really, really cool. Anything's possible. So this is a very wild one, but in general, like, tell us what our customers tell us about, just what is it like to drive it, and how's it feel?
Well, I think they feel like a celebrity, even if they're not Beck, that is obviously a celebrity. She created an amazing brand, but you feel like a celebrity when you're driving these vehicles. I think this is something just so unique that when you're driving it, people are gonna like break their neck trying to look back and see what on earth it is, because it's so confusing, right? I don't know if there's anybody on this live that I've talked to. If so, say hi, because I've talked to like thousands of people by now, but it's so funny to me how many people call in and they're like, what year is that Bronco? Or like, did you take old body panels and like make them all shiny and new, or how does this work? So we don't do that because it wouldn't even fit on a chassis, on a 2025 chassis. If you remember, from the 66 to 77 time frame, those were on like a 90-inch wheelbase, I believe. On a 2025 wheelbase, it's about 100.8, which those few inches make all the difference when driving a modern vehicle. And they don't even make 92-inch wheelbase vehicles for a reason. But with these vehicles, I think it's just so fun to drive, and the overall experience is so fun. I mean, it's a car that you just want to get in and go on a date night, or you want to go on a quick little road trip or a Sunday drive. So
awesome.
Yeah. Fun.
So I've been bragging a lot about our people, and of course the founder is going to say how great the people are, but the team behind it all, tell us about what that's like, and what kind of people work here that build these cars.
So I've been here for almost a year and a half now, and the fun thing for me is seeing how much this company has grown in a short time. And my favorite part of coming down to the factory here in Atlanta is when we get together as a team and there's new members that join and they stand up and they say why they joined. And I think, one, you'll hear so many that are just so passionate and excited to jump into their day-to-day. And as I go around and meet some of the new people that have come on, they are just so invested in what they're doing, and they just have such a strong belief of what we're doing here is one of the coolest things out there. And so, yeah, you find people that, I mean, we get to come here and talk about modernized vintage moderns all day. I mean, it's pretty sweet. So, and it's crazy because there's so many different positions, right? You have people that are doing things that I would never in a million years be able to do, but it's amazing to see the skill and the talent here as well. So yeah, really cool.
Yeah, the people make all the difference.
They do.
Passion, big deal. Well, thank you, Rachel. Appreciate the insight. And if you are interested in either the inventory that we have, that's Midnight Blue, Wimbledon White, or the Brittany Blue that's coming up, or a build in progress, you can text or call Rachel at the phone number pinned to the comment section there. And we look forward to chatting with you. All right, Rachel, thanks so much.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, have a great night. All right, well, there you have it. Behind all of this, in my opinion, is a case study on culture. Because yes, it's a beautiful product, and we've built this incredible brand, and we have all these processes that allow us to create quality in a repeatable manner. But I can tell you that the culture is what makes all the difference. The people here, they believe, they care, they're passionate, they have skills. And one of the things that we've been really good at is, as a founder-led company, we only bring in people and vendors who are equally as passionate and believe in the mission, and they care immensely about customer satisfaction. And when you can get a group of people, a nucleus, and build a team around that, it's an unstoppable force. As a founder of this company in the beginning, I did everything by myself. I was founder, sales guy, marketing, janitor, everything. And it's incredible to be around this team. And as you watch our other lives, I will introduce you to them, and you'll see why there's a difference here. And I'm super proud to be a part of it. I'm humbled to be a part of it. I started this company, but I can tell you this team's going to finish it. All right. So if you are interested, reach out to us. You can text or call. The phone number pinned to the comment section or the title. And we'll let you know what we have in stock. We'll let you know what we have coming up. And if you want to do a custom build, go in our configurator at vintagemodern.co. Go build your dream car. Even if you're not ready yet or you can't afford it yet, make that your vision board, and we'll be here when you're ready. All right. Thank you so much to everybody out there for all of your support. We really couldn't have done any of this without you. To the millions of fans who have made Vintage a trusted name in automotive, it really means the world to us. So thank you so much. The best is yet to come, and we will join back here on live tomorrow. You guys have a great night.